exposing the wildest secrets in your favorite films. You won't believe these mind-blowing movie facts. We're talking behind-the-scenes secrets, mind-boggling casting choices, and plot twists that'll make you question everything you thought you knew. Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to take a wild ride through the wonderful world of cinema. Let's dive right in. Picture this. You're Francis Ford Coppola, legendary director on the set of The Godfather. You've got Marlon Brando, you've got Al Pacino, but something's missing. Suddenly, a stray cat struts onto the set like it owns the place, and you know what? You let it stay. That's right, the iconic cat in Don Corleone's lap. Totally unscripted, totally a star. Remember that heartwarming Spielberg classic E.T.? Yeah, well, it almost went down a much darker path. Originally titled Night Skies, the film was envisioned as a full-blown horror movie. Imagine those glowing finger beams paired with spine-chilling screams. Thank goodness for second thoughts, am I right? Darth Vader, the ultimate symbol of evil, the heavy breather of the galaxy. He's intimidating, he's iconic, but you know what? He's also surprisingly efficient with his screen time. In A New Hope, Vader clocks in a mere 12 minutes. That's right, 12 minutes to establish himself as the baddest dude in the galaxy. Talk about making an impact. Chapter 4. John Travolta and Uma Thurman cutting a rug in Pulp Fiction is one of cinema's most iconic scenes. But did you know Tarantino drew inspiration from an unlikely source? The dance scene is a direct homage to Federico Fellini's masterpiece, 8½. Leave it to Tarantino to blend art house with ultra-violence and make it look cool as hell. Chapter 5. Remember that flowing green code in The Matrix? You know, the one that looks like digital rain? Well, get ready for your mind to be blown. Those aren't random characters, my friend. That's a whole bunch of sushi recipes. Apparently, the production designer was a huge sushi fan. Who knew the key to unlocking reality was hidden in a California roll? Chapter 6. To Infinity and... Lunar Larry? Yeah, doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it? Believe it or not, Buzz Lightyear, everyone's favorite space ranger, was almost saddled with that clunky moniker. Thankfully, someone at Pixar realized that Buzz had a much better ring to it. Crisis averted. Chapter 7. Ambience, the movie marathon to end all movie marathons. Feeling ambitious? Got a month to spare? Then, boy, do I have the movie for you. Ambience, the longest film ever made, clocks in at a whopping 720 hours. That's 30 days of non-stop viewing pleasure. I don't know about you, but I'm already stocking up on popcorn. Chapter 8. Back to the Future, a Plutonian origin story? Great Scott! Imagine a world where Marty McFly traveled through time in a spaceship instead of a DeLorean. That was almost the reality with Spaceman from Pluto, the original title for Back to the Future. Thankfully, someone realized that a plutonium-powered time machine was way cooler than a spaceship. Chapter 9. Michael Myers, Captain Kirk's spooky alter ego. Halloween's masked menace, Michael Myers, is the stuff of nightmares. But did you know his iconic mask has a surprising origin story? It's actually a modified Captain Kirk mask. That's right. William Shatner, the captain of the Starship Enterprise, inadvertently helped create one of horror's most recognizable villains. Chapter 10. Inception's wardrobe clue. Remember the mind-bending ending of Inception? Did Cobb reunite with his kids in reality, or was it all a dream? Well, pay close attention to their clothes. Cobb's children are wearing different outfits than they were earlier in the film. A subtle hint that he might actually be awake. Or maybe it's just another layer of the dream. Nolan loves to keep us guessing. Chapter 11. The Lion King, a geographic faux pas averted. The Lion King, Disney's timeless tale of Simba and his journey to reclaim his rightful place on the throne, but did you know it was almost called King of the Jungle? Thankfully, someone at Disney realized that lions don't actually live in jungles, they live in savannas, a small but crucial detail that could have made for a very different movie. Chapter 12. Sean Connery, one ring to rule them all, of his regrets. Sean Connery as Gandalf? It could have happened, but alas, it was not meant to be. Connery turned down the role, citing that he didn't understand the script. That decision cost him a cool $10 million per film and 15% of the box office. Chapter 13. Harry Potter and the Case of the Disappearing Spectacles. Daniel Radcliffe, the boy who lived, went through a lot of glasses during his time at Hogwarts. How many, you ask? A staggering 160 pairs. That's enough to make even Harry's eyes cross. I guess Reparo can only do so much. Chapter 14. Indiana Jones, the Magnum PI Connection. Can you imagine Indiana Jones with a mustache? It almost happened. Tom Selleck was originally cast as the whip-wielding archaeologist, but he had to turn down the role due to his commitment to Magnum PI. While Selleck would have been great, it's hard to imagine anyone but Harrison Ford donning that iconic fedora. Chapter 15. Iron Man's timeless timepiece, Robert Downey Jr. is known for his impeccable style both on and off screen, and in Iron Man he paid homage to another style icon, Paul Newman. Downey wore the same watch in the film that Newman wore in Cool Hand Luke. Talk about a stylish nod to the classics. Chapter 16. The Wizard of Oz, not so magical after all. The poppy field scene in The Wizard of Oz is both beautiful and terrifying. But did you know that the snow used in this scene was actually asbestos? Yikes, not so magical after all. Chapter 17. The Matrix decoding the digital rain. We've already established that the code in The Matrix is actually sushi recipes. But did you know that the code itself was designed to resemble digital rain using Japanese characters and numbers? It's a subtle detail that adds to the film's visually stunning aesthetic. Chapter 18. The Fellowship of the Ring, A Race Against Time. Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy is a cinematic masterpiece, but it was almost a disaster. The script for The Fellowship of the Ring wasn't finished until just days before shooting began. Talk about cutting it close. Thankfully, Jackson and his team pulled it off, and the rest, as they say, is history. Chapter 19. Yoda and Miss Piggy, a match made in voiceover heaven. Frank Oz, the man behind the voice of Yoda, is a legend in the world of puppetry and voice acting. But did you know he's also the voice of Miss Piggy? That's right, the wise Jedi Master and the glamorous Pig Diva are voiced by the same person. Talk about range. Chapter 20. Alien, the Chestburster Surprise. The chestburster scene in Alien is one of the most iconic and terrifying moments in cinema history. And the actors' reactions, 100% genuine. They weren't fully informed of what would happen during the scene, so their shock and horror were completely real. Talk about method acting. And there you have it, folks. 20 movie trivia facts that are sure to impress your friends at your next movie night. You're now armed with enough cinematic knowledge to make Quentin Tarantino proud, or at least mildly intrigued. Remember, the next time you're watching a movie, pay attention to the details. You never know what hidden gems you might find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content. Until next time, keep watching and stay curious.